Alright, Mike, here is my part 2 for my video response about wanting WROL. The other reasons why I don't want WROL to happen, and why you shouldn't want it either, is the modern conveniences is, I would say, is a pretty good reason. Modern conveniences is also the other reason why a lot of people will die, because I'm sure you're aware of this. Not a whole lot of people can just survive 18th, well, actually, be about 18th, 19th century style living. Too many people depended on medications, air conditioning. There's some people, like I said, they would die if there was no modern central air heating. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're aware that a lot of houses anymore don't have wood-burning stoves or even fireplaces, for that matter. And if they do have a fireplace, it's more likely gas-powered, so it'll run out of gas when the gas stops flowing. I'm trying to think. I had some really good points I thought of. I was trying to get this second part into my VR for you. Gosh dang. Really not coming to mind right now, but it's just, I guess I'm just trying to harken back to the whole, I can't justify the fact, can't justify the WRL, the lack of the power grid, all for eliminating a few people who I think are lacking morality. And do I agree that any more and more now that our generations are getting more and more toxic, more and more polluted? People are becoming more self-centered and, like I said, lacking that sense of morality, as you say. I agree 100%. I think there are a lot of people that are getting that way. You got your pedophiles, your child rapists, and all that stuff. And then you've got your predators within. And I'm not talking about necessarily, talking about potential rapists or pedophiles or anything like that. I'm talking about those who will put on a facade right now while times are good and act cheery and have a smile on their face, and be law-abiding, because right now it's the fear of law that can be brought down on their heads that are keeping them, what do you want to say, obedient. But as soon as society goes out the window, the law goes out the window, well, they know that they don't have to be held responsible for their actions. And for the most part, that's true until everybody else in that community starts catching on to their, their misbehavior. People are going to start taking notice, you start killing people. And you might find yourself on a little hit list. I'm not saying you specifically, I'm talking about those who decide they're going to take advantage of the situation and start misbehaving. So, there's that aspect. Like I said, I can't, honestly, like I said, I feel you, I can totally 100%, relate to you what you mean by society lacking some civility in certain aspects, but I can't 100% totally give up hope on society, or our government for that matter, as much as I have huge mistrust for our own government and all the bureaucratic nonsense. There's still a system there. It's not 100% broken. We can still work within the confines of the system. I will agree, we are finding ourselves every day with less and less constitutional freedoms. We are finding ourselves to be slowly inching our way closer to a totalitarian communist state, or socialist state. Okay, we'll go with the socialist. It's communist light. But like I said, I can't justify the need for WRL only because there's a few rotten apples that are spoiling the bushel. Okay? And like I said, these people that you talk about, like a lot of these people, the powers that be, guess what? They're gonna, like I said, they're gonna know before we do. They will be tucked away safely in their bunkers. okay, before we even know what the hell's going on. Because they're in the need to know. And honestly, when you think about it, do you think the government, our own U.S. government, or actually, let's just scratch U.S. government, okay? Let's just talk about the rest of the countries, okay? You know, any government, okay? Any centralized government. Do you think they honestly, if they knew something was about ready to happen, and it was going to cost the lives of, say, half, or even a third of its population, you think that they would try to warn anyone in advance? No. Because that would cause an immediate state of pandemonium. So you'd have a lot of people die right then and there, and you'd lose all control. And that is a problem, because government only looks, like I said, government is only concerned about maintaining control. I'm not saying that I agree with it, and I'm not saying that that it makes things better, but we'll go to the part of if and when the U.S. government gets taken down from something like an EMP. There's going to be this thing called a power vacuum, okay? Like I said, the government, or the U.S., is basically the police of the world, and countries that would have normally been at odds with each other, normally been at each other's throats, are kept in check, while the U.S. government is at its strongest. And when the U.S. government falls, there are going to be a lot of other countries that are going to fall with it. There are going to be a lot of countries that are all of a sudden going to be at war with each other. Convenient. Also, too, we're going to have, if something like an EMP event were to happen, or, like I said, just mass pandemic, we just have massive amounts of casualties, okay? We're going to have foreign invasions. Foreign invasions by Chinese, Russians, you know, I mean, those would be two classic examples. The UN, EU, and of course they'd be doing it under the guise of humanitarian aid. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, Mike, I would think that it would be highly unwise to be wishing for WROL. And then for anybody else, I think it would be highly unwise to be feeding into this machine of wishing and hoping and praying for civil war. Because I don't think the outcome is going to come out the way you think it's going to come out, the way you plan or hope it's going to come out. I think things are going to be a lot worse than what any of us could have ever imagined. But again, that's my take. You know, I could be completely wrong, you know. But anyhow, that's me. I'm out.